Hey folks, Bill here from Survival. Thanks for joining me today. I have another quick video for you. It's beginning of May here in Pennsylvania, so I updated some stuff in my Haversack, started carrying some new stuff, switched some old stuff out, and I thought I'd give you guys a look, see what I have changed up and what I'm carrying right now. So we'll get into it. Still using the same Haversack. You guys have seen this. This is my Frost River XL shell bag. Got some pins on here, PA Wilds, and some different Pennsylvania centric ones. But we'll bust into this. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a wax canvas shell bag from Frost River Soft Goods out of Duluth, Minnesota. Uh, Excellent bag. Probably one of my single favorite pieces of kit. This carries plenty of stuff in here. I have plenty of space and to pack everything I need. So we'll break into it and I'll show you guys what I'm carrying right now. So first thing we'll do, we'll open up that flap and get it standing up. So the first thing on top here we have is my Roaring Fire Kit, my Roaring Fire Gear fire kit. Have a Bushcraft USA patch on it. Unzip it, and I have different fire kit implements. You can see I have a ferro rod, magnesium bar, some fatwood, tough Possum gear, fire card, some rope for friction for bow drill, UCO matches, Bic in the Exotac holder, pocket bellows, a candle. Back here I have a piece of aluminum foil. Open up, I got my flint and steel kit with my Hudson Bay tin, magnesium fire pencil sharpener in there, and then a single wet fire tab. This is a pretty extensive fire kit. It's not that I necessarily need all this, but depending on what I'm doing, I'm trying different things, whether it's friction fire, ferro rod. Flint and steel is my favorite way to go. Same with magnification with the Hudson Bay tin. I just like to have options. It's not that we necessarily need all this. This is just what I choose to carry normally. So we got my fire kit. We'll zip that back up. We'll set that right over here. So a couple of the obvious things that are a little different this time, we'll go to those. This is my SilverAnt medium ultralight mess tin. I replaced this with that. So I used to carry this Toaks 700 milliliter titanium pot, and I switched to my new SilverAnt mess tin. This does carry my basic survival kit in there. You can see everything. You have seen that in a previous video recently. That's still the same contents, and you can see it fits nicely down in the bag. It's the perfect size in my opinion. Definitely a little better fit than the 700 Toaks, and it's a little bigger. So really excited to get this, put it to use. And the other major addition is this. My new 20 ounce SilverAnt titanium water bottle. This replaced both my Clean Canteen 18 ounce and from time to time using my canteen kit. So this has made that replacement. It is titanium. It's made by SilverAnt Outdoors. Very durable, very lightweight. I like it because it's a very narrow, slender bottle. Perfect for a satchel. You get these couple other things in the rest of that kit. I have a small titanium cup that has a lid to it. You can see that nests in. Then I have my Snow Peak fork. Goes in, keeps it tensioned, and keeps it from rattling around in my kit. So we have that. Next up, shelter. We got my Integral Designs 5x8 Seal Poncho tarp. Always carry a tarp and a poncho. Even better when you can fit them into one piece of gear. So that's what we have here. You guys used to see I used to carry this, and I still do from time to time, but I've switched to the poncho, being with the weather warming up and a little more rain in the forecast. So that's our shelter in this kit. Always carry my Tough Possum Gear XL Survival Scarf. You guys have seen this. I'll get it unwrapped. Amazing piece of kit, very versatile. A number of uses: ground cloth, improvised sleeping bag. You can use this to help gather water. Just so many options. Plus, it's a great signal panel being blaze orange on the inside. So we have that. I always carry one of these with me, whether it's my XL or my standard size. Fold that up, set it over there. Next up, we have a saw. You guys have seen this. Silky PocketBoy. Not much to say about this. Just an overall great saw. I love it because it has a sharpened edge. 90 degrees. You can use that for scraping. Number of things. Very aggressive teeth. That's what I'm looking for in a small, compact saw. So that's my go-to saw, the Silky PocketBoy. I've seen this. My SOL heat sheets Bivvy. We don't need to carry a big old sleep system. We have a basic kit here. This is enough to keep us dry, keep our body heat in, and make sure we cover our necessities as far as cover goes. So we have a small heat sheets Bivvy. Pennsylvania here this time of year, we run a burn ban in most of the state forests. So I have a small Twig stove. These are allowed. Same with multi-fuel stoves and alcohol stoves. So this is what I'm carrying this time of year to cook food, make water safe, a number of things. So this is just a small Emberlit classic. I've been running this thing for close to 20 years. So we have our stove. Cordage in this kit. Just have some micro cord from Atwood Gear, and I have a Leicester River Bushcraft fire pool tab pool on there. And inside, just a mini bic. So we have our mini bic in there to singe the ends, keep those from fraying. So we have another fire starter to go along with our fire kit and any of the emergency fire starters we have in our survival kit. Last couple pieces of gear: my Tough Possum piggyback boo-boo kit. Have a tourniquet here with the tourniquet wing. That's an SOF tourniquet. Inside we have some basic medications, some bleed stop, waterproof bandages, and some basic stuff in here. It's not a full comprehensive kit, but definitely enough to get us through when we're out and about for the day. And then on the Velcro on the back, I have a Leicester River signal panel. Got the signal panel and the two chem lights. You can make a buzz saw for signaling. So between that and the whistle and signal mirror in our kit, we have our signaling options done. And we even have the XL survival scarf with the big blaze orange panel. So we have different signaling options. In that front pocket, just got a couple of things in here. One is our ceramic hone rod. For whatever knife we're carrying, it's just a basic sharpener. Let us keep our knife honed up and good to go out in the woods. Have a Wazoo Gear foraging bandana. You guys have seen this in previous videos. Not too much to say about that. Just a good cotton bandana. I have my birch basin sit pad and my sit mat. I use it as a pot holder, a number of different uses. Sitting on wet logs, wet ground, whatever it may be, kneeling. Great piece of equipment. We got wool front with a wax canvas backing, made by a great small mom and pop shop. Birch Basin on Etsy. Highly recommended you check out their gear. And lastly, we have my map kit. It's a Lucky 1-2 map case. I got my map of my local area here in Forbes State Forest. Right in the Rain notebook, my protractor, marker, pen, and pencil. And it's not in here, but my compass, this time of year when I'm out, is on my belt. It's my Brunton Pocket Transit. You guys have seen that. And the knives I'm carrying right now. My neck knife, still the Jorgensen utility. This has pretty much replaced all my Mora use and is my go-to neck knife at the moment. And then my belt knife, I've been rotating back and forth. I have been using my classic Ontario SP46. You guys have seen this everywhere. And switching back and forth between that and this, the Tops Ontario XL Hunter. Been switching back and forth between those knives pretty much. So you guys see some changes in there. If you have any questions, let me know. I thought I'd do an update, seeing as we got May here and we're heading into summer. But this is enough to get us through most summer nights. Rain, we got everything to get out of the weather. Make a small fire, make water safe. We got water purification in here. We got the titanium bottle. So that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Appreciate the continued support. We're about to pass 4,500 subscribers on YouTube and heading towards 12,000 on Instagram. So big thank you for that. You guys know I appreciate the support, love having the conversations. I'm still getting caught up on some comments. There were a lot on that last video. So I will get caught up on all those. Thank you again, guys. And I do appreciate all the support. I don't know if you saw the thread on Bushcraft USA. I messed my knee up a while ago, so that's why you're seeing a couple more videos from around the house right now, not out in the woods. I just have to take it easy while I heal up and get back out there. So thank you, folks. Stay safe, and until next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye for now.